Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. It's the standard 2023 upgrade guides. We're going through each of the 15 decks for both alchemy as well as standard. Today is Blossoming Growth. That's the Simic ramp build, blue and green, playing today in standard rank. We'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, showcase this within our gameplay footage, wrap up, of course, with our final thoughts and deck review. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help support. Let's take a look at Blossoming Growth. Here we are, and again, this is a standard best of one build. 60 cards, 3.5 average mana value. Very, very, very high. 16 creatures to our 19 non-creatures and 25 land in the build. We are ramping, getting into the Hullbreaker Horror, the Titan of Industry, which somehow we were able to get for free through the starter decks. Let's put them both in one deck, yeah? Now we're off to the races. So what are we doing to ramp to get there? Well, first of all, it's Joint Exploration for 2 at instant speed. Scry 2, then draw a card. If you kick it for an additional forest or green mana, you'll also be able to put a land card from your hand into the battlefield, right? So that will allow you to play 2 lands on your turn. Same for Azusa's Many Journeys. 2 mana, you may play an additional land this turn. Next up, gain 3 life, and then finally exile and transform into a 3/3, and whenever the likeness of the Seeker becomes blocked, untap 3 lands you control, right? So that's potentially some nice ramp as well. But we can channel Careful Cultivation for 2, discarding it to create a 1/1 monk that will tap for green mana. We can also equip it to a creature as an aura, giving that creature +1/+3 reach and the ability to plus 2 forests to your pool through a tap, right? So 2 green mana, which is really nice. We have the Jewel Thief for 3/3 with Vigilance and Trample for 3 mana. When it enters play, it's going to make a treasure. That treasure can be used to ramp. Glorious Sunrise. Target land gains tap for 3 green to your pool until end of turn. Very, very good. This is, again, allowing us to get a little bit more mana value through our creatures. We have the Greater Tanuki for 6 as a 6/5 with Trample. We can channel it for 3, allowing us to search our library for a basic land card, putting it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffling. Filling our hand with lands so we can play 2 per turn through Reaches Skyward, searching for 2 basic forests, revealing into our hand, then shuffle, putting 1 land from the grave on top of our library. We don't really care here, we don't do this. And then exiling and returning, this is what we really like for Branch of Boseiju. 0/0 with reach, and it gets +1/+1, mind you, for each land you control. This is very, very good because, you know, we're playing easily 10 lands, if not more. So, you know, it's really cool to have a couple 10/10s in play with reach. Suck it, Mono Blue. Croaking Counterpart can kind of copy that, which is really good because it's going to be a 1/1. So it actually gets a however many lands +1, which is fairly decent. And again, really easy to recast from the grave through the flashback. And then, you know, it's not just the Skyward that we're taking advantage of having all of those lands for. It's some of the big spells, but also some of the smaller spells. Triskaidekaphile for 2 is a 1/3, no maximum hand size, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. This is actually something that's not too out of the realm of possibilities, thanks to all of the mana we have. Pay 4, draw a card, we can, you know, do that 2-3 times a turn potentially, and it won't take us long if we can survive to get to 13, and, you know, surviving's not too bad if you've got a field of 11 11s, right? Moving on from that, you know, the Visionary will also ramp. We play it as a 1/3. Then once it's in play, we pay 2, tap it, return it to our hand, look at the top 4, grab a land, put it into the battlefield tapped, then rest into the grave. And we can later on, thanks for the follow, appreciate that, pay 2 + XX to return X cards, non-legendary, from our graveyard to our hand. So between the Visionary and the Turtle, we can just cycle these because the Turtle for 3, if it gets channeled, can return a card from our graveyard to our hand, right? So we're going to channel this to our graveyard, bring the Turtle and a bunch of other things back, and then we'll use the Turtle to bring the Visionary back, and it just circles back and forth, which is really quite nice. Gala Greeters can also make a treasure whenever you play a creature for the first time each turn, which is nice for the ramp as well. I believe we talked about Joint Exploration, the Journeys, the Cultivation, tapping for 2 green, if not channeling for the monk that can tap for 1. The Jewel Thief making the treasure. Skyward grabbing us 2 lands to double play with exploration, with many journeys. Then we've, got the Glorious Sunrise ramp if we need, taking us from 5 to 7 really easily. And then, it's just big boy creatures after this. We've got the Skyturtle, 7 mana, 6/5, flying, Ward 2, beautiful. Titan of Industry for 7/7/7, reach, trample, enters play, gain 5 life, destroy enchantment or artifact, create a 4/4, put a shield counter on creature you control. It's just, you get to pick 2 of those 4. Ridiculous. Hullbreaker Horror for 7/7/8 flash, can't be countered whenever you play a spell. Bounce non-land permanent from the battlefield to its owner's hand, or a spell your opponent controls back to their hand. And then we talked about the 6/5 trample Greater Tanuki already here. Sunrise has a couple other modes here as well, not just ramping. +1/+1 trample, that's going to be our kill shot. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater. That's really what we like to do. Or gain 3 life if we need. The Blob, equal power to the number of cards in our graveyard. Toughness, that number +1. Beginning of end step, create a ooze that also has that ability. Crazy. Really cool to just fill up the field with the bloobs. And then we've got the Sludge Monster here as well for 5 as a 5/5. Whenever it enters or attacks, we get to put a Sludge counter on a creature. It's going to become a 2/2 and lose all of its abilities, which is pretty decent there. Operative, it can copy any of these big boys, which is really quite nice. It can also copy Branch, which is fine, because that definitely fits in that category as well. Or maybe even something your opponent controls. Memory Deluge is going to help us draw, right? Looking at the top 4, putting 2, then finally looking at the top 7, putting 2, through that flashback, which is pretty decent. And again, that's going to help that Trisk out. Joint Exploration can help that out as well. And don't forget, the Visionary puts cards from your grave into your hand for Triskaidekaphile. Someone had to say it. I'll come out and say it, right? So you can be drawing through channel on your opponent's end step cards into your hand quite nicely, much like you would with Trisk's draw. But again, that value is eventually going to be more through the Visionary than the Trisk, right? So Trisk is 4 for 1, and eventually, you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6 cards back with all of your mana, which is really cool. So that's the deck. I hope you enjoy. Of course, reminder, we have a full playlist with all of the starter decks for Alchemy, for Standard, so no matter what format you like to play, we've got you covered here on the channel. It's been my pleasure to support the community, the new players, as they have supported me and have really made all of this a possibility. So cheers, have a magical day, let's play some friggin' Magic, and we'll wrap up after that, yeah? They go first. We like the hand, though, They might go first, but our hand's probably better. Just saying. Oh, it definitely is now. No, you go. It's just a counter spell. Mono blue in the play queue. Just trying to complete my quests. If you have a meta deck, please play it in ranked. If everybody could just follow that, it's like, having a bike lane on the street. It's like, you savages! You freaking savages, dude. No, you go. I'm just looking for lands, right? Yes. That allows us to, hopefully do that again on the next. Play a Haughty Djinn. Do it. Chicken. Scaredy cat. Go gadget Triskaidekaphile. I don't know if it's worth a counter. Could be. On a blue deck, probably scared of blue cards. They're like, oh my god, it's blue and it's rare. Look, it says draw a card on it. Because they're tapped, I'm just going to Jewel Thief. It's a 3/3 with Vigilance. Block it, bro. Let's go. I wish I had 4 attack for that Jin, though. The power. It's not enough power. Or 5 would also do. I mean, you know, we're just looking for more power at the end of the day also. Yeah, we can do both of these, I guess. I imagine they counter it, but whatever. Get on with it. No, we could have got around a Spell Pierce. And a null, maybe. Sadly, no attacks, and, you know, that Terror is really going to take it home here until we can have Skyward flip. That's the face you have to make when you're playing against mono blue with untapped mana, just, you know. Let's pull counter magic here. Right? They'll counter this. I like the reach. This is one of our better cards against them. Well, here's the first counter. They might counter them both. I would not doubt it. Honestly, they probably will. Interesting. How much land? Is it a make disappear? Well, we may as well wait. We're not casting anything else next turn. Because I don't want to run into a count, you know, if we don't have to. Well, there wasn't one there now. There is. There definitely is now, you know? At least I've got my dragon to play with. You know, no matter how scary this match might feel, you know, I got my little dragon. He's sitting on all my gold. We're closing in on 1,000,000 gold. We're so close. We're like a 925k, I think. Hottie Jin. Hi. Hey. No blocks. Holy. Kind of helpful. More so than you'd believe. This is going to be helpful too. Mmm. Delicious. Here's another one. There's literally no more forests in our deck. Pacidelphia. They obviously could just counter this themselves, but hopefully not. We get it. But there's probably another one here to deal with, which I find frustrating. What's a land or a creature? Both are, well, no, creature's far worse. Oh! What? Have I missed something? Oops, indeed. Phase out, bro. Phase out, bro. Phase out, bro. Wish we could read ahead. I also wish we had a Hullbreaker. But this is fine since they're tapped. That's a big boy. Let's hit for 3. They both have reach, but we have no protection. That's probably fine. It's the right spell for them. Well, not quite. Also not quite. They might hit. I don't know. They're going to have to beat down these branches. Oh! Oh, what a day! Woo! Top deck.exe. I just need some spells. Don't you? As long as I don't get drawing too much, we might get it. We can't be countered. They don't attack. Let's go. Let's go. Oh no, simple slip out the back with the phase out opened us up for the extra turn, getting these branches out, getting that Croaking Counterpart out, and then Hullbreaker off the top. Woo! That was a close one. Going first with a magical hand. I'm not sure how one could not win with this hand. In slow as we are anyways. Let's start double landing into that 5-drop. Oh yeah. You can top deck a land next turn, that'd be great also. If not, maybe we'll dual teep. We'll see. Civil Crasher. Who are you? That way we continue on towards 5. Blob. If it survives, it might not. They probably have burn here, but maybe they get a little zealous and go for it all right here. A Dulver. Still jump in the middle. No, they're just hanging on. Well, since we don't have the land, I guess I will Skyward. It's gonna be a 3/3 as transforms. They obviously have something. We have the Skyturtle, so, you know, let's fuck around and find out. Heyo! Clean energy. Is that what the Jewel Thief is? Oh, absolutely. Green energy as well. That's how you know it's clean. Just burn all of your force this winter to stay warm and call it green energy, okay? You know what's better than a treasure? Freaking land. But we're going to play this land next turn anyways. It's not like we have 2 in hand. So we'll sit on it. It allows us to hold up the Skirtle. We should probably read that. For 1 at instant, target creature gets -1, -0 until end of turn. If it was kicked, it blocks this turn if able. Interesting. We have no reach. Down to 21. Do it. Do it. Yeah, spend that blue mana. Now we don't have to worry about counter spells, yeah? You heard? Hate. I like this play, but I'm sure they have removal just immediately. I'm gonna turd it. Drop a turd in the bowl. Stop. Easy, right? Just ruins it. It's like, oh, someone flush that, dude. Going first, good land, nice ramp. Let's go. Mono blue. Oh no, okay, Bant. Much better. Literally leaps and bounds better. I mean, not a great bounce target because we get that treasure, which simultaneously opens up our mana availability for the protection. Get Storm Chased. This is pretty cool. I've not played with Ivy since she came out. It'll be cool. Let's hit first. Thing. Here comes the reach eventually. They're gonna take the draw. Phasing out, grabbing a counter. Let's grab the lands. We have protection, we have ramp, we have draw. We have defensive plan with the reach. This is annoying though. We need maybe a bounce spell. Where's our turts? This is bad. They're really getting the do here. Wow. Dude, what's mine say? Wow. They've drawn so many cards they have to discard. Do they not? 8 in hand? They do it here. Crazy. Alright, we've got a forest. This, believe it or not, is reach. We have protection. So you can frick off, Randy. It should save us. And the vigilance says we can smash. It's gonna be pretty hard to get that 5. You know, actually, they don't know this, but it needs to go to 6. Potentially 7. We'll take whatever we need to get it. Oh, we cannot even block it. What am I thinking? We literally can't even block this card. We don't get to take shit. My bad. Combat research attacks alone. Oh no, that is security bypass. Different card. Oh, there it is. Bully. For 6, draw 3. What the hell? Almost. We almost had it. It's incredible how many cards they've drawn here. I'm gonna keep up, shore up. We're so far behind, it's not even funny. They tossed 3 cards. Oh! We would have enough to bounce it. Only 2 mana. I'm wondering if we just do it here. I'm gonna try it. Go, Gadget, get out of here! They have so many cards in hand. We either were gonna get it or not anyways. Sweet, what's mine say? Again, we have no blocks. There's a good chance they can just power it up to 10. Here it is to 8. Here it is to 9 with life gain. Down to 1, they're at 25. Triple draw. Wow. Literally, wow. Another land. That's really cool. I like how we're doing that. So if we still need to bounce it, we can. But first I'm going to try to get combat damage. No, we don't get to do either. The joint exploration keeps us going. Maybe we get it, maybe we don't. Probably don't. I mean, we've seen 2 tomatoes, 2 slip outs. There's probably 2 more of each in their hand right now. Should have put reach on that. Well, no, we can't even friggin' block it. Go gadget, bounce spell! Sometimes it works if you say go gadget. We see this time that it's not. Why are they phasing it out now? They're about to misplay, but I gotta... Blossoming Growth. Great deck, a lot of ramp. I was expecting, you know, when I went back through the deck list here, I was like, this must have like 28 lands in it. Why am I always just flooding? But only 25, and I think that's a good number for the build, considering the mana curve. I wouldn't want less. There's the draw, but it's just maybe really about getting lucky. Memory Deluge. If you had more copies of that, put it in the deck, and you know the consistency of this is just going through the roof. At the end of the day, you don't need too many copies of Hullbreaker. You don't need too many copies of Titan. You just need to get them into play and go from there. It's really all just about accumulating those lands and then converting them into value more so than your opponent, which is fantastic, right? So I really enjoyed the deck. I hope all of you did as well. Of course, smash me with that like button. Comment me down below. And subscribe to me, of course, as well. It's been a long day. Have a magical one. I'll see you soon in the next.